Okay, well today in the garage we're going to be taking apart this battery, which you cannot see at the moment. It's from a 2018 Chevy Volt. It's going into the e46, but first of all we need to take this all apart and we're going to check the voltages on every cell, make sure everything's okay, and then we're going to chop up the cover and separate all the battery, the three battery components. I'll show you right now. Okay, well here it is. This is the battery from a 2018 Chevy Volt, better known as the second gen Chevy Volt battery. So the idea is, I already have part of it installed, but the idea is to have one battery, one section of the battery sit right there on the factory, I don't know, the base plate, I guess you call it, and I have some 2x4 set up here. I'm just going to set the battery on here and then wiggle it down onto there. But before that happens, we need to take this cover off. I'm probably going to cut right about here for the cover, because the cover is going to go in the car, and I'm probably going to split it right down the middle so I can take it apart in the car. So let's get started. Alright, take this off. That's a safety disconnect. Oh, they took the fuse out of here. Fuckers. There used to be a fuse that sit in here. They took it out. Well, I have another one, but that's not cool. So right here, there's 4 screws, they're torque screws. So these are T30 screws. That part will stay with the battery. And then on the back side, on this side, we have all these screws to take off. I'll take these connectors out. There we go. Yeah, these are, I think, for the air conditioner, for the cabin heater, for the battery charger. This is the main battery connector. These are coolant passages to keep the battery cool or warm. Now, I'm thinking this should just pop up now. Oh, there's one more. All right, I'm thinking now this should just... You gotta be careful. Don't go crazy. Just go straight up. And voila, there's your battery. All 360 volts of it. So this section is the part that's going to go in the back of the car. These other 2 sections will go in the front of the car. All right, let's measure some voltage. You should be 0 volts here with that disconnect, without that fuse. So negative, positive. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm gonna plug it in. I can find the other one. So this is what the fuse looks like. It's rated for 420 volts, 350 amps. So nothing should happen. Nothing should happen by plugging this in. Right here. All right, plugged in. Volts. 386 volts. This sucker is fully charged. I'll get this off. Take that out. Okay. I'm gonna start taking all this off, and so yeah, we'll take all this off and just get to the bare battery. But guys, be very, very careful. If you short something out, it could be very, very bad. All right. Let's take some pictures of this. This is a rubber gasket, just for water. Okay, where should I start? I might be reusing these plugs with the factory BMS system. So, but the plugs need to go exactly where they came from. So I'm just going to mark 1, 2, 3, and so on. With this paint marker. 1, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, well there it is. That's the complete BMS harness. I'm taking this link out just to reduce the voltage across here. So right now, this is 177 volts. This is 112 volts. This one is 97 volts. So this one is 64 and 112. So just as a safety precaution to reduce the risk, even though there is still risk, I'll take that off. Nope, not 7. Six is too small. Quarter inch. Quarter inch is for coolant hoses. Just to show you what's going on here. So we have coolant hoses here, coolant hoses there, and some clips here need to come off. Here's the other. Try not to lose those either. Okay. Now so I got this bolt to take off. There's another one, 10 mil. They're just ground straps. There's your, I guess, the high voltage switching box controller thing. I'm a Bob. I don't know what that's called, but there it is. Just gonna clean up some of this fluid and we'll test the cells. Make sure they're okay. Oh, wow. This could come out too. Yeah, I'm taking that off. Just to be on the safe side, I'm taking that off. Safer side, anyway. We want the least amount of hazards as possible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. All right, 4. 2, 3, 12.2, 16.2. All right, so this looks like this battery, let's call this whole module, looks okay. So we're going to put it all back together and unbolt it. And slide it into the car, I guess. Ooh, no sparks yet. Just gonna put that right there. Whoo! All right. Let's see here. You can, let's see this. All right. Okay, it's going right there. Okay, here we go. Oh. All right. This is my little setup here. I got 2x4s, blocks of wood. I'm gonna put the battery on here, and then slowly slide it down onto the factory cut up tray. And then, but before that happens, I need to make sure that the cover, I need to cut the cover, the factory battery cover, in half. And maybe slice it down the middle so I can put half of it in place and then slide the battery onto the tray and then put the other half of the cover on. I think it'll make sense once you see it, it'll make sense. So this is right. I marked it with some tape. I'm going to cut it along this edge for now, make it square. And I'm sure I'm going to have to do some trimming to it. But first I'm going to cut this piece. And then I'm going to put it in the car. I know I need to take this edge off. This piece here has to come off. And on the other side. So I'll cut that piece. And I'll cut that. And I'll test fit it. Let's see here. Let's see the back seat closes. right. The back seat is closed. Yeah. The bolt holes align, so I'll reuse those bolt holes. Maybe I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet, if anything. Yeah, so that's going to work. So now I'm going to cut it right along the top, so to make two halves. So one half will be permanently installed, and this front piece will be able to be removed. You know, to reach, there'll be there's going to be fuse here, maybe some termination points here. Maybe our Arduino is going to sit right here. So this is going to be like a busy area. There's going to be stuff here. And the cables will go down along the bottom and then out through this hole. So the coolant hoses and the power cables will be going through this hole to the front. So let's split this in half and continue on. Well, this is what I came up with. So yeah, in front here there'll be some kind of Lexan glass or some plexiglass or some kind of cover that covers this part. And yeah, so once it's all bolted together, this is going to be bolted up like that. We'll have 6 screws on this side, and I think 8 screws on the back side. I think that'd be fine. So that's what we're going with. Last time I did this with all kinds of sparks. See? All right, there it is. I'm gonna put the factory strap back down there. I'm gonna put the cover on here. And that's what the inside looks like. Again, I'm gonna put the strap on, the factory strap back on the battery, and that's where she's gonna lie for the next umpteen years.